class 10, we have already started with chapter 8 current electricity, right? So today we have finished already 8A, so let's start with 8B. So our first topic will be the EMF. We'll learn about EMF, what is terminal voltage, what is internal resistance, okay? And after that we'll move on to the combination of resistors. Now, you already know about what a cell is. What is an electric cell? It's a device which consists of an electrolyte, two metallic electrodes, these are the electrodes, this is the electrolyte and this is the vessel. Electrolytic vessel where electrolyte is taken and these are the electrodes. What is the work of electric cell? Cell converts, we already have learned this, chemical energy to electrical energy. Right? Suppose I have taken electrolyte as H2SO4. Dilute H2SO4. How will it dissociate in aqueous solution? Right? Now this moves towards, say I have taken this as zinc and this as copper. Okay? Now we will find that this will move towards the zinc electrode and this will move towards the copper electrode. Then you tell me, obviously the zinc electrode will now become negative potential and copper electrode will gain positive potential. Right? So we call this cathode, this as anode. Negative, positive. Right? See now, difference in potential has been established between the two electrodes, isn't it? A difference in potential, a potential difference has been established in between the two electrodes, right? What will this potential difference try to do? What is the work of it? It will try to, it's a compulsive, you can call it as a compulsion which will actually drive the current. Otherwise, all of a sudden current will not start flowing in a circuit, right? We know that. When from between A and B, 2 points, the current flows due to the difference in the potential and we know that it flows from higher potential to lower potential, right? We know that. So that means this potential difference between the two electrodes, now it can act as a driving force, you can say. One thing I want to mention here, I am saying driving force, but that does not mean it's a force literally, okay? It's something that means this potential difference is something which will actually compel the current to flow then, right? Difference in potential, therefore the current can flow now. Now, all of a sudden the current will not start flowing. We need to connect this to now. So, when you have the difference in potential, the potential difference or the difference in potential between the two electrodes of the cell in the open circuit condition. Open circuit condition. What is open circuit? That means when we are not drawing any current from the cell. When current is not drawn from the cell, we are not drawing current from the cell now. You have the cells which we use, for the normal batteries, like in torches. You have learned, I think, in class 9 also, primary cells, secondary cells. In class 8 also, 7 also it was there. You have learned about the primary cells, secondary cells, then few examples of primary cells like Leclanche, all those things. So, when we are not using the cell for drawing any current, when we are not drawing current using the cell, open circuit condition, at that time the potential difference between the two electrodes, it's known as the potential difference between them, I'm writing in short PD, okay, but don't write in exam. It's potential difference then is known as EMF, full form electromotive force. Be careful, this electromotive force is not a force. We call it electromotive force because it's a driving force, that's why, because it's the reason which compels the current to flow in the cell. Due to this difference, due to this potential difference established in a cell, if we connect to an external circuit, current will flow due to this EMF. Okay, so that's why we call it electromotive force, but it's not a force, it's the potential difference. It is the potential difference between the two electrodes in open circuit condition or when current is not drawn from the cell. It is nothing but the potential difference between the two electrodes or the two terminals of a cell, you can say. You have seen the cell, you have seen the cells, one it's marked positive and another end it's marked negative. So it's the two terminals of the cell or the two electrodes. Okay, you can say two terminals of a cell or two electrodes. So how do we denote this? We denote it like this, or sometimes it's also denoted as like this. What is SI unit? If it's nothing but the potential difference, then its SI unit is volt. So if I say EMF of, I will say EMF of say Leclanche cell, it's 2 volt. That means the electromotive force of the cell is 2 volt. In the open circuit condition or when current is not drawn using that cell, the potential difference between the two terminals of the cell is 2 volt. Okay. So then, so just see at a glance, what have we learned then? Electromotive force, it's nothing but the potential difference between the two terminals of a cell in open circuit condition or when current is not drawn from the cell. So basically that means if I connect say a bulb across the two terminals of the cell, that is the two electrodes, if I connect with it, that means the current will be derived, that means it will be compelled to flow. The current will start flowing due to which driving cause? Electromotive force. Because this is the basic potential difference which has been established between the two terminals of the cell. If this would not have been established, then there would have been no driving cause for the current to flow. So I have used the term previously driving force, but I just wanted to explain that it's the factor which compels the flow, which will compel the flow of current, because it is the potential difference between the two terminals of the cell, right? But please, it's not a force, okay? Just because you have a force in the term electromotive force, don't get confused. We use this term because it acts as a driving cause. That's right, a cause for driving the current in the circuit if I connect an external circuit across the two terminals of a cell. So what is it then? It's nothing but the potential difference. So what is its SI unit? Volt, obviously. It is denoted like this. And it depends on the material of the electrode and electrolyte which you are using, but not on the shape of the electrode, or say the distance between the two electrodes, or not on the amount of the electrolyte which you have used. Okay. Now say you are using a cell of EMF. What is this sign called? It's known as epsilon. Okay. Say you have used a cell of EMF 5 volt. So this is a cell which has an EMF 5 volt. That means the potential difference between the two electrodes or the two terminals of the cell in open circuit condition. Now that means when we are not drawing any current using the cell. Now suppose you have attached an external resistance. I hope you remember the symbol. Class 9 we have done. Suppose you have attached an external resistance across the two terminals of the cell. You will find now that the potential difference between the two electrodes is not coming to 5 volt. Instead, say 4.2 volt, less than this. That means in the closed circuit condition, or when current is drawn using the cell, you find the potential difference between the two terminals of the cell to be less than the EMF of the cell, right? I have found it's 4.2 volt. In this case, that is when the closed circuit condition, or when I am actually drawing current with the help of this cell. How am I drawing current? I have attached external resistance, so current will now start flowing. Where will current flow from? Positive terminal to negative terminal. You know this, right? And electrons will flow from this to this. And current from positive to negative. Obviously, because flow of current, direction you know. Okay. So, we find that as soon as we start drawing current using the cell, the potential difference between the two terminals of the cell is now less than the EMF of the cell. That potential difference now is known as terminal voltage. Is denoted by capital V. Okay? This potential difference now between the two terminals of the cell is now called the terminal voltage, which is somewhat less than the EMF of the cell. Why is it being less? Why is it less? That is because when current is flowing through the circuit, that means it has to flow through the electrolyte also. Closed circuit condition. So when it's flowing through the electrolyte, there is some resistance offered by the electrolyte also to the flow of current. due to that resistance, the resistance offered by the electrolyte to the flow of current through it is known as the internal resistance of the cell. What is it known as? The internal resistance of the cell. This is the external resistance which you have connected. External resistance, that means, see, you have taken a resistor and you have connected it, making a circuit with the two terminals of the cell. But every cell has got its own internal resistance. That means when the current is flowing, when there is no flow of current, open circuit condition, that means the concept of internal resistance at that time is not used, because if the current is not flowing through the electrolyte, then obviously no question of offering resistance to the flow of current will come. Now when the current, we are drawing the current using this cell, when it's flowing through the electrolyte, this electrolyte offers resistance to the flow of current through it. That is known as the internal resistance of the cell. Due to this internal resistance, there is a voltage drop. Drop in voltage. You just imagine, EMF is 5 volt. That means we should have got the potential difference between the two terminals of the cell. If I connect this, ideally we should have got this as 5 volt because this is the EMF. But we found it less than 5. So where is this 5 minus 4.2? Where is this going? Where is this going? This difference in the EMF and the terminal voltage is known as the voltage drop, denoted by small v. Drop in voltage, see? Okay? Now, what is this? How do you represent a cell with its internal resistance? Say I have a cell of EMF 2 volt. Say EMF, this is a cell, this you know how you represent a cell. So a cell with its internal resistance. Small r stands for internal resistance of the cell. Due to this internal resistance, terminal voltage is less than the electromotive force or the EMF of the cell. So if I have a cell, say 5 volt EMF, so when I am drawing current from it, what will be the terminal voltage? Less than 5. It can be anything less than 5. Why is it less than 5? Why is there a drop in the voltage? Due to this internal resistance of the cell. That is why. Now this internal resistance, it depends on few factors. If surface area of the electrodes increases, then it will decrease. The internal resistance will decrease. Distance between the electrode if increases, obviously internal resistance will be more. It has to cross a larger path now. Between the electrodes, it will have to actually, when it's flowing through the electrolyte, two electrodes are separated by a larger distance. It will have to cross a larger path now to move from one electrode to another. Okay. Concentration of electrolyte, if it is more, obviously internal resistance will be more. More resistance will be offered. Temperature is more. With temperature, concentration of electrolyte decreases. So if concentration of electrolyte decreases, that means internal resistance will decrease. Okay.